It's my privilege to bring you the February report for OM International. I've recently returned from the Global Orientation Conference, which is held in our German headquarters in Mosbach. 99 new people joined us from all around the world. There would have been a few more, but visa complications held a number of people back. We had a great conference, and I'd really appreciate your prayers for these 99 people as they settle into teams around the world. Pray for a quick transition for them, that they'll feel at home and be able to become effective in their ministry quickly. Very sad to report the death of our leader in Guatemala. Pilar Castro was born in Peru, worked for Campus Crusade for 15 years before joining Operation Mobilization. Pilar was one of the most evangelistically oriented people I've ever come across. She just loved to share her faith in Jesus. And if you know anything of our work in Guatemala, you'll see that that emphasis on evangelism which Pilar gave has impacted the whole ministry there in Guatemala. Please pray for her family and for that small team. It's a significant loss to the ministry. The beginning of next month, the international leaders meetings for OM will take place in Bangkok, Thailand. We're expecting over 450 OMers, board members and guests. The international leaders meetings will be immediately followed by our International General Council meetings. These meetings are always special, but I guess these meetings are extra special this year because, of course, we hope to complete the process when the new international coordinator and his associates for Operation Mobilization will be ratified. So please pray, both for those who are preparing the logistics of the conference and for those of us who are preparing the program as well. The conference begins, if you want to pray specifically, on the 3rd of March, goes through till the 9th, and then the International General Council is the 2 days following that. We really appreciate your prayers. Logos Hope will be in Cambodia for the first 2 weeks of February. One of the main reasons for being in Cambodia is to be involved in help ministry. We will be distributing and donating 10,000 hand-sewn dresses, part of the campaign which is organised by Hope for Women, a campaign called Dress a Girl Around the World. Please pray for a real impact from the ministry of Logos Hope in Cambodia. She'll then sail to Bangkok, and she'll be there at the same time we're having our international leaders meetings. About 40 of the people from the Global Orientation Conference joining OM are actually joining Logos Hope. They're going through their pre-ship training now, and again we'd appreciate your prayers for them as they go through that training and then as they settle in on board the ship. On the 4th of January, it was 25 years since the original Logos sank, or didn't quite sink actually, just off the coast of Latin America. Again, we're grateful for the fact that there was no loss of life or even injury 25 years ago. And we're reminded of God's faithfulness to the ship ministry during these 25 years since that difficult time. No death, no really major injuries on board the ship during these 25 years. We're very grateful to God and very grateful for your prayers as well. There's a very difficult situation at present in North Sudan, and we'd really appreciate your prayers, specifically for the national believers who are under increasing pressure. A number of international workers, some of whom have given many years of their lives to serve that country, have been removed from the country, and it's a time when we really do need to concentrate our prayers on the nation of North Sudan. We also need to pray for the continually desperate situation in Syria. It's heartbreaking, but in the midst of it, God is at work in very significant ways. One of our leaders from that region writes the following: Amidst heartbreaking devastation and suffering in Syria, Muslims are coming to Christ. Lives are being changed forever through experiences not featured in secular news headlines. With more than 1 million forced from their homes, the need for relief provides OM with opportunities. We've helped establish a dozen small fellowships in Syria which are distributing aid to needy communities. As these believers live out their faith, it leads to opportunities to share the gospel. Rare and exciting opportunities have opened within Kurdish areas. Astonishingly, believers have been given permission to show Christian films openly in more than 300 villages and even a number of schools. House group meetings, it's reported, have doubled in size. Ahmed, that's not his real name, a father of 6, was increasingly feeling helplessness as he failed to find work to support his family. One of his daughters had cancer, urgently needed medicine, but no money. In his desperation, Ahmed decided one night he would hang himself. But he heard a strong inner voice saying, "Who'll take care of your children when you're gone?" He wept, and as he told his story to a local pastor the next day, the pastor shared how much Jesus loved him. Ahmed asked God for forgiveness. The pastor prayed for the child with cancer. Later, blood tests showed no trace of cancer in her body. The testimony and the faith of this family is spreading, and a number of other family members have now come to Christ. Please keep praying for the land of Syria. In August, I was in Zambia, and one of my joys was to visit the buildings which are being erected to house our increasing ministry there in Kabwe. Land was donated to us in 2009 to begin this OM Centre. On the 7th of January this year, OM began working from its Skills Training Centre building, which also houses the administrative offices, and on the same campus there's a great bookshop for the Christian community there also. OM will conduct discipleship training and missions and teacher training courses in this centre. Future plans include trade courses in automotive repair, electrical, plumbing, carpentry, to equip African ministries and missionaries to be financially self-sufficient as they go to reach the least reached people with the good news of Christ. Thank God for the progress in this building. Please pray for continued progress and the finances needed to complete the various aspects and phases of this ministry project. Finally, let me take you to the land of Poland. Out of a population of 40 million, it's estimated that 860,000 of those 40 million are addicted to alcohol. In 2012, New Life Ministry, led by an OMer, started a hospital ministry in Plock and was surprised to see so many young women undergoing detoxification. Anita, 24 years of age, though she looked over 40. Her parents were alcoholics and she'd followed in their footsteps, causing serious brain damage so that she could no longer take care of herself. In recent years, she'd been living on the street and surviving on garbage. The team invited her to the New Chance weekend meeting along with other patients. Healing testimonies of how Jesus transforms people's lives, she gave her life to Christ. With her addiction, though, it wouldn't be easy to start that new life without a solid support group. The team helped her to a Teen Challenge Christian Rehabilitation Centre where, besides therapy, she would also attend a Bible study and Sunday services. It's a long story to tell you how she finally got to that centre, but she did. She's now been there for 5 months, completed half the program. She's a completely new person, continuing to grow in the grace and knowledge of Jesus Christ. Thank you for your prayers for our thousands of workers in more than 100 countries around the world. As they do that work, it's these transformed lives for the glory of God that we're looking for. Please make that the focus of your prayers, that in all that we do, lives will be transformed for the glory of Christ. Thanks again for your prayers. Look forward to speaking to you in a month's time.